Hello everyone, this is Nagarajan. Welcome to QA Coding Express channel. Let's get into the topic right away. Selenium 4 had come up with some modification in the action class. In today's video, I'm going to show you the actions class implementation of previous one as well as the latest one. We will also learn how to use action methods in real-time scenarios. Let's get into the Eclipse right now. I've created this Java class actions test. Here are the variable declarations for WebDriver actions class. Inside the before test annotation, we are just using the WebDriver manager and driver instance is being created here. Demobase.com is being invoked using driver.get and we are deleting the cookies and maximizing the window here. We are just creating an object for this actions class, okay, with the driver instance, right? So this is very important here. Okay. Here I've written 6 different tests. Verify click, verify double click, okay, verify contextClick, verify click and hold, verify click and hold release, verify mouseHover. Let's see one by one. So firstly we'll go with verify click. So before we get into this method, right, let me open up the page and show you. This is the page demobase.com. In this page, we have this link Samsung Galaxy S6. We are just clicking on this link. That will take us to the prod.html page. That is what we are doing as part of the script. Let me show you. Here you could see we have written a web element here, right? So let me copy this CSS selector here. Let me open up the inspect. This is referring, move back. This is referring this Samsung Galaxy link here. So we are just clicking this particular link. That's it. In the previous version of Selenium 3, we were supposed to use actions.move to element of this particular web element Samsung link dot click dot build dot perform. Now using Selenium 4, we can directly use something like this. Actions dot click off this web element dot build dot perform. That's it. And we are performing the assertion here. We are getting the current page URL and then we are checking the prod.html URL. That's it. So that's all about verify click. Let's get into verify double click. Let me compare the code with the page. That will make us to understand better. Here we are having this button add to cart. We are just performing the double click here. This pop-up is being shown here. Since we had clicked 2 times, it should open for 2 times. 1, 2. That's it. This product is getting added to the cart page. Let me click on this cart link. Now you could see 2 items are being added over here. In this, first to that add to cart button. Okay. Using actions.double click, we are just performing the double click operation. See, as I said earlier, previously we had to use move to element. Now we can use action.double click. That's it. Okay. Once we are done with the double click operation, the pop-up is being displayed over there. That is why we have used alert over here. This would point us to the alert pop-up. In the next line, we are just asserting this product added text. And also we are accepting the alert here. So this occurred for 2 times, right? That is why we have accepted alert for 2 times. That's it. Finally, we are just clicking on the cart link. Once we are redirected to the cart page, using the web list, we are just getting the item count. And we are performing the assertion for this item count. This I'll show you. So in this product table, let me copy this. So this particular CSS selector is referring these items. Okay. We are just fetching that list, item list dot size, which gives you the item count 2. And then we are performing the assertion here. That's it. Now we'll see about contextClick. contextClick basically does the right click operations. Okay. So this particular web element, right? Web element of product image, driver.find element of by.css selector. Let me show you that. That is referring the first image. I mean this one. This image. Okay. Action.move to element of product image dot contextClick dot build.perform. So this is how we perform right click operation in the previous Selenium version. Now we are using actions.contextClick of this product image dot build.perform. That's it. Here we are using robot class to perform key press events. Key event dot vk down, key event dot vk enter. This I'll show you now. See, we are just performing the right click operations here, right? And then we are doing the key press event. Okay. Using the keyword down arrow, I'm just pointing here and then I'm just clicking on this enter button. That will open up this image. We are done with the key press events. Now we have two different windows opened. Okay, so to traverse to the second window, we have written this bunch of code. Okay, firstly, we are getting the parent window. Driver.getWindow handle that gets the address of the parent window. I mean the first window. Okay, and then we are getting the address of all the open windows using driver.getWindow handles. Okay, using the iterator, we are just iterating over the two different windows. Here if you could see, iterator.next that assigns the child window, I mean the second window. We are using the if condition to check whether that parent window is not equal to child window. So obviously we are just switching over to the child window, I mean the second window. See, we have two different windows, right? cart.html is being opened here and we have galaxy s6.jpg is open here. We are just pointing to this particular second window. And we are getting the current page URL. At this line, we are just switching over to this parent window. We have already assigned the child page URL into this variable URL. Okay. At this line, we are just doing the assertion for that particular URL. That's it. So this is all about contextClick. We'll now move on to click and hold. Okay. Okay, let me copy this. Ideally, we have pointed to parent window, right? Now, let me inspect. This is referring here, contact link. We are just performing the click and hold operations here. It will just click something like this. Okay, it won't release it. Okay. See, when I release it, it will open. If I click and hold it, it'll be pointing like something like this. That's it. Under the second method, click and hold release, we are just doing the release operations using a release method. If you could see here, action.click and hold, which does the click and hold operations. When you use release method, it does the release operation. I've used a different CSS selector here. This particular CSS selector is referring login link. Okay, we are just clicking on this particular link and we are doing the release operation. So that is why we are getting this pop-up. See here, action.click and hold, release.build.perform. Previously, we haven't used a release method. Here we have used a release. So that would pull up the pop-up here. That's it. And then we are closing the pop-up. I mean here. We'll now move on to mouseHover method. This is just simple. We are just mouse hovering to this particular web element. using action.moveToElement build.perform. That's it. Let me copy this and show you. We are referring this home link. We are just mouse hovering to this home link. That's it. So far we have seen about all these action class methods. Now it's time to trigger the execution. I've just triggered it. Let's wait. The Chrome driver is started. The page is being invoked. It is going to click the Samsung Galaxy S6 link. Just clicked it. It is going to add the 2 items here. We are now into code.html. Are done. I think the assertions are done. Yeah. So we are done with the test execution. All the assertions are passed here. Verify click, verify double click, context click, click and hold and release, verify mouseHover. The test execution seems very faster. I'll do one thing. Let me open up actions test2.java. Here I've updated thread.shape as 5000 seconds. Previously it was 2000 seconds. To show the execution better, I've updated it to 5000 seconds in every other test as well. Okay, let me trigger the execution now. Execution is started. Let's wait. Page is being invoked. It is going to click that Samsung Galaxy link. Yeah, it is clicked. It has clicked it. We are now into product.html. Now it is going to add the items here. The product is being added here. Now we'll be moving on to code.html page. You could see 2 items are being added here. Okay, now it is doing the right click operation. It is going to perform the click and hold operation on contact link. The contact link is going to be highlighted with blue color. See, now it's going now with login link. Finally, it is going to mouse over with home link. I think the execution is done. Let's see. Look at here, actions test2.java. It's being done. With this, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you for watching the video. I believe you have learned something new today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.